Welcome back to the show. We are now joined by outfielder Steve Hlavac and pitcher Tyler Herman. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Steve, so you joined the team after sitting out last season due to injury. How's it feel to be back on the diamond?
Honestly, I'm just really thankful to be a part of something. You know, I played football here for 4 years, and losing that was really difficult. So not having to lose both things at the same time has been awesome for me, just as a transition to out of sports. But just being a part of a team has been unbelievable, and being around all these guys. It's a lot different, football team as opposed to a baseball team. It's a lot more. I don't want to say a lot more goofy, but it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot of fun. There's so many games, and we're traveling so much.
Right.
It's a different aspect, and I'm just really grateful for it.
Well, yeah, awesome. You guys make the trip to Augustana yesterday. It seemed like you guys were almost together for a good 18 hours after the games you had. It's got to help with the chemistry of this team, and how does it feel, this team's chemistry, as opposed to teams in the past?
Well, I mean, it definitely helps when you're winning. In 2010, my junior year, the last year I was here, we were winning, and it kind of felt the same, the chemistry level. Where in years past, when it wasn't so great, it was a little bit tougher. And I just think winning is the biggest thing with that. It helps a ton. But also, you got a lot of guys who want to work and who are willing to work on this team. And when you see that, when you see guys working and applying it, it really it makes you want to play for one another. And I think that's really factoring in right now.
And Tyler, you're one of those seniors on this team as well. How have you guys tried to show your work ethic to some of those younger players or transfers on the team?
Right. Both me and Steve try to do the same thing. We work with a lot of the younger guys. I kind of show them the ropes a little bit, but a lot of it really is leading by example. We've had guys in the past who have came and there's a lot of talking, but not a lot of working. So we try and just demonstrate through our own work ethic that this is what they should be doing, and if we're getting success out of this and we're playing well, hopefully they see this and run with this in the years to come too.
Coach, we talked about the youth of this team, how they are contributing, but how important is it to have seniors like Steve and Tyler that can sort of instill the tradition within some of these other players?
Well, I think it's incredibly important. I've never been a huge believer in either a vote from a popularity standpoint or myself and the coaching staff designating captains per se. And my main reason for that is the fact that when you take a look at our starting lineup with as many underclassmen as we have this year, I can't tell a kid that he's going to catch 40 games for us. But because he's a sophomore, he really doesn't have a say in what's going on. I don't think that's a fair statement to do. And I think Tyler just really hit exactly what my philosophy and thought process is. And both these guys do such a tremendous job in doing that, and it's leading by example. And talk ends up being obscenely cheap. And I think guys need to know the type of work it takes and really how to go about your business. And that's both on and off the field or in the gym during the winter. And both these guys are a tremendous example of that. But they're also a tremendous example of the type of guys we want in our program, because I think that filters down as much as anything. And for us to be successful every year and make a run at NCAA tournaments, we need to have a club that's pretty much committed to that and with that type of makeup.
And Steve, you were part of that team that went to the regional tournament a couple of years back, and this Cardinal team has made it to the CCIW the past 2 years. How are you trying to get these new guys ready for what you guys hope to be a deep postseason run?
It's just like what Coach was saying earlier about being mentally tough between the ears. That's going to be the hardest part for us, just because we are so young, and just after every at bat, whether it's good or bad, trying to come up to them and just try to keep them focused on what's going to happen next, because that's really in this game, in almost any game, but in baseball more specifically, it's a pitch-to-pitch thing, and if you're not mentally tough between the ears, you can have a bad day go worse, even a good day go bad, just like that. So for us to be able to kind of come up to them and try to keep them calm and understand the big picture, I think is going to help us a lot along the way. So.
Well, you guys are young, but there are a lot of Cardinals that are joining your team that do have experience. 2 new Cardinals joined the team this year in their sophomore campaigns, and one of those new birds had a name that was already well known on campus in a different sport. We take a look at their transition in this week's Cardinal Corner.
When Sam Carey is transferred in from Valparaiso University,
and first heard his name announced at Zimmerman Stadium, many Cardinal fans may have recognized it. That's because Sam is the son of longtime cross-country and track and field coach Al Carius. But Sam didn't have to worry about trying to fill his dad's shoes because he's already making a name for himself on the diamond.
Sam is he beats to his own drum, and he's got an internal drive and work ethic and commitment that is really, really remarkable.
That work ethic has paid off. In high school, he was a unanimous all-conference selection his senior and junior season down the road at Waubonsie Valley. And midway through this season, Sam leads the Cardinals in batting average, slugging percentage, and on-base percentage, while playing like a ball hawk in the outfield, making a smooth transition from the Division I institution.
At first I kind of wanted to get away from home, try to experience something new, kind of get a different feel of things. But now that I'm here, I really see that this is the place for me.
And Sam didn't make the switch to North Central on his own. His longtime teammate and roommate at Valparaiso, Chris Singh, joined the Cardinals as well. And thus far, he leads the team in wins, strikeouts, and innings pitched. But both credit each other for making the change an easy one.
It's always different being a transfer. You're not knowing anyone, but you're also older. Having Sam here and just being on campus because I've grown up here, it's made it so much easier.
I'm happy that I made the decision, and it really made it easier to have that friend there, to talk with stuff about.
And these two Cardinal players are giving fans something to talk about. So Tyler, you were actually an orientation leader for the college. Were you in charge of, showing some of these newcomers around campus when they got to school?
Yeah, I had a few of the guys, a few of the freshmen. I got to talk to some of their parents as well. Great group of kids, a lot of the freshmen. They all come in, they're really ready to work and ready to win too. I think something that we really need to instill is that we don't come to the ballpark hoping to win, we come expecting to win. I think these guys have really shown a lot of that so far.
So, Coach, you guys actually head to Valparaiso for the last game of the season where Sam and Chris actually played. Do you think that, them having the D1 experience will help you guys as you're playing some of these higher opponents?
From that standpoint, I would say no, not necessarily.
Okay.
And the reason being that, those are midweek games. The Valparaiso game was scheduled well before Chris and Sam even decided to transfer out of that program. I think it's an opportunity for our guys to have experience playing the top level of baseball at the collegiate level. In both Northwestern and Valparaiso. We've tried to schedule Northwestern each of the last 3 years, and every year it's been canceled due to them having to make up a Big Ten game, or we've had to make up CCIW games due to rain. So it's something that I think our guys will remember playing up there. If we can get a win, that's great. Obviously, it's going to challenge us, but I don't think it's a bad midweek game to do. It just happens that we have two of them this year. When I was at Chicago as an undergrad, we played Notre Dame twice. And that's something that, I remember doing, being a Division III baseball player and being able to go play Notre Dame. So if that's an opportunity and memory for our guys, then I think it's worth doing.
Steve, it's not like football where you guys ever get the chance to play a Division I opponent. How do you think that experience is going to be? And, not like what Coach said, just with the memories, but also helping this team get better?
Definitely. I mean, I think that if we can have some, any form of success against, those teams, especially with a lot of younger guys, that'll give them just that much more confidence going on, knowing that if they can have success against, Division I athletes, they can have success against pretty much anybody. So.
And, we keep talking about the younger guys, but in the field, how have they sort of, meshed? It's a little different from football where you have certain offensive plays where in baseball, you never know where the ball is going to go, so everybody's sort of got to be on the same page. How has, the defense been able to sort of coexist together with the veterans and the newcomers?
Well, yeah, I just think the older guys have been extremely supportive. We've got some freshmen starting where there's a lot of upperclassmen who are not starting in those positions, and they've been nothing but supportive. There's no bad attitudes towards anybody, and I think that support right there is helping them a ton and helping us gel that much more as a team.
And Tyler, you're one of the pitchers on this team. You've sort of taken the closer role and taken that in stride. But who are some of the arms to look for on the mound this year for the Cardinals?
Definitely Ben Cruzen coming up as a starter. He's going to help us a lot. Also Steve Lem out of the bullpen. He's done a great job coming in. Really a guy comes in, pounds the strike zone, keeps guys off balance. So I think we're going to see a lot of those two. But really, across the whole board as a staff, we are a lot better this year than we've ever been in the past.
And we look forward to seeing you guys have success the rest of this season. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Coming up next, we have Clark Tusher stopping by to keep us up to date on all things North Central athletics. Keep it right here on the Cardinal Report.